Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this Monday? What is going on here? There we go. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I can finally see me for once. That's pretty cool. How's everybody doing this lovely Monday? Good morning, McKay. Good morning, Nikki. Drop a heart. Let us know where you're saying hey from. This is all about good morning vibes, getting your week started right. You've ever been to my lives? There's really no rhyme and reason. It's just us chilling with spirit, learning the messages we need to know, sharing some love and light together. Definitely let this get going. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Drop where you're from this morning. Let us know what you're grateful for. Monday's a perfect time to start your gratitude, especially if you woke up with an attitude. I always tell people start your gratitude out by a little reverse psychology and take time to, what are you grateful for today? Because some people take that to offense, like you're not grateful enough. It's not about being grateful enough, because I really don't feel that we are ever truly grateful enough for what we really truly have out here. Sometimes we take even waking up for granted. So I've learned, because I am the queen of having an attitude before in my life. Hey, Pisces can get real wild when we get pushed, because we're so nice. But it's like, if you're super nice all the time, know that you're going to end up losing your cookies at moments, and it's never at an opportune time either. But you'll learn, right? You'll learn how to not react. That was my biggest karmic lesson, is not reacting. People are good at pushing buttons. The more, Peter says, the more we are grateful, the more we find to be grateful for. Exactly. And that is gratitude, attitude, all go together in the world of manifestation, because I'm a very good law of attraction manifestation coach. I have also done sales, door-to-door direct sales in different agendas, and I have trained people personally. So yeah, put those together. I was already doing law of attraction. See, I was already doing a lot of these things before I knew what they were. But once I learned that, what I've been doing these for so many years, and I got validated by putting a title. See, that's where I tell you guys, I don't like titles, but I do like it when I can go and have a title to something. And it's like, if you suffer from an illness and you finally find there's a name to represent your diagnosis, your illness, that's validation for me. That's all I truly want a title for. But if you're in your power, that's why most of us don't get along with our bosses, because you know what, if you're in your power, you don't need to micromanage me. You don't need to come and bother me every 5 seconds. You need to lay out what I need to do for the day, and you need to go about your business and go micromanage the weaker ones that can't handle it. So, but I've been doing sales training for 10 years, and I'm an excellent salesperson, always in the top 5 of everything I've ever competed in. Let's see. So let's see where you guys are from this morning. You guys are, hello, Tony. Tony, the one. The one. It's funny when I open this up, every time I open up my notebook for my lives, to just, chat, because it's not all about angel readings all the time. because the angels, like, are giving me readings without the words that I'm saying are coming from the angels. So I wanted to, but I always open up to this page of affirmations. So let's start off our Monday morning vibe, because, it's really important how you start your day off and how you start your week off, because that sets the tone for the rest of it, right? It's not that you can't save it or make it better, but you got to get up. And I am not a fan of Mondays. Okay. I'll admit that. And I've been like Garfield many a times, wanted to run back in my bed, but I also know if I can push past that irritated, whatever preconceived notion I have in my head of what Monday's gonna roll for me. When you're a salesperson, you start going, okay, I got to set my week up, because whatever I set it up with today is gonna set me up for the week, and then I'm not gonna have to work as hard at the end of the week to try to play catch up. So I've tried to release that other notion of Mondays are bad, and now I'm like, Monday's a state of mind, and you can be happy on a Monday. Thank you for the support, Purple Juju. Thanks for everybody that's here too. So how are you doing today? I tested positive for COVID. D Wooden, I'm sending you so much love and light. That's no fun. We're gonna send angels and look up Archangel Raphael, and there's actually a meditation you can listen to that helps repair the cells of your body. And it sounds weird, but vibrations actually help our that's why music works. That's why meditation binaural beats work, because it shakes out the bad and it puts in good, because you can't have one without the other. Something's got to take that empty space at all times. So hello, Leo. But yeah, so back to what I was saying, Mondays are important to set up your week. So it's about setting up your state of mind, set up your mindset, because we all have that, I don't always pop up like a muffin out of the oven. I am pretty positive and joyful as joyful can be, but I'm also know that I don't always stay, and I'm not always in my light. Nobody's always in their light. Nobody's perfect either. So know it's okay to embrace that shadow side sometimes when it's necessary, okay? But if you're walking around in a low vibration, hateful undertone at all times, then you're going to have to examine that and go, why am I waking up like this? What in my life is making me dread the next day? Because we should never dread the next day. And once you figure that out, whether it's a toxic partner, whether it's abusive partner, abusive parent, whatever your situation is, know that you can release from it. If it's an addiction, know that you can release from it, but it's mind over matter, and it's how bad you want to work for it. Because all the magic of the angels always helps, but you gotta work in here. You gotta give the angels some help in here. You gotta give them that energy. You gotta push towards the positive. But we're always going to be an uphill and a downhill, but you shouldn't always be in an uphill. If you're always in an uphill and you can't get up that hill, that's when you got to examine what's preventing me from rising up over that hill. So here's the affirmations that it always turns to. And affirmations are phrases that target negative, limiting beliefs and replace them with a more positive belief, because you can't have a negative space. So here are a few I'd like you guys to repeat with me. I am at peace. My mind is at ease. All of my worries are floating away as I speak. Nothing can overwhelm me. I am breathing calmly. And so it is. So hello Brittany, how are you? And Jenny, how are you? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. So I'm at peace. I am is the biggest, most effective words that you can use to ground yourself immediately. because it's connecting with the I am presence, and the I am presence is the creator. Whatever you call them in your book, and even if you call them a her, I don't care. That's not the point of we don't get into all that mixiness of mixy. I would rather just know that I know there's a creator of everything, and that's why I say creator, because everybody's got their own personal beliefs, and that's what makes us beautiful and unique. So if somebody's pushing you to follow their example and it's not positive, ask yourself why you're going to follow this person. And a lot of people are like, because they scared me, they muscled me into it. A lot of people make decisions because they're bullied into them. And that is because you're learning a lesson to stand in your own power. And it takes a lot for me to get bullied into doing something I don't want to do. I don't think that has happened since I was in like middle school, because I learned at a very early age watching people. That's how my brother used to do late night antics when he was a teenager. And I don't know, what were we thinking when we were kids, by the way? Because he was like 17. I woke up in the middle of the night. My dad is a raging alcoholic, guys. This man is like, the whole neighborhood was scared of this guy. Okay, he would roll up on gang members and flex on them. I'm just like, what are you doing, Dad? Like, you're gonna get us killed over here. My brother and his friend decided to take off with my mom's car. And first of all, they were clearly teenagers because they didn't put the station back on. My dad and them listened to 60s rock, and he's over here listening to 97 Kiss FM, which is the rap station in Albuquerque. My dad, his car would never be on that. And then he didn't put the car back. Okay, and this little munchkin went and drove the car, and they didn't put the car back, like the seat back where it's supposed to go. So my mom got in there to go to work, and that's when she started noticing, like, hey. So they really messed up the one night because my dad woke up and looked outside and his vehicle was not there. And then he got to see when my brother was crawling in the window. Yeah. And then to top it off, the kid that he did this with, his dad was a police officer. I was just like, y'all are like, the fear on both of their faces was like even worse than the punishment of getting grounded. They were just like, I don't know what could even have been running through their mind at that moment, but that was crazy. And I saw this when I was like 11 or 12, and things like this taught me, hey, probably don't want to be in that situation, and that's why I never became a criminal, guys. You have choices if you want to be a criminal or not. And I learned at a very young age, yeah, it's probably not worth facing Satan over there. Because my dad, one time my brother had his friends over, and there was a rule, nobody's allowed. In the 80s, 90s, people understand this rule. Your parents are like, you're at home, you're a latchkey kid. Nobody is to be at home. Like, they even would see if stuff was out of place. Okay, it was that serious. My dad rolled up one time. My brother had like 5 of his friends over. I was like, Dad's home, Dad's home, Dad's home. You've never seen so many cholos and just skateboarder kids. It was a whole mix of kids, like breakdancer kids, a whole mix of, because we were in Albuquerque in the 90s, okay? So there's a whole mix of kids, and my brother was running with all of them. All the ones that were getting in trouble, he was rolling with them. And I saw these kids, all of a sudden you just see all these boys flipping over this stucco adobe wall that's about 6 foot at least, 5 foot. And you see all these boxers going over. It was just the funniest moment of my life. And then my dad rolled in, and we're just like, not doing anything in here. Let me share a childhood moment, if a funny childhood moment, if you want. I love it, because those are the moments that we learn. and we learn that it's not worth, sometimes it's not worth the consequences. And if you are going to do the crime and you're going to get the time, you better enjoy the full moment of all of your glory of what you're doing. Because you can't come back from it. Hello, Miss Trejo. So I'm going to share an archangel message, but know that you saying I am is a great clearer for you. Helps you connect with your greater power and with your courage and your confidence. Because if you're feeling stuck, low, not confident, it is simply because you are not connected with your inner self. The only reason why you're disconnected truly, because people say, I know who I am. I'm this old and that old. That is true. You do know, but have you reevaluated your beliefs and things that no longer serve you? Because sometimes our beliefs are outdated. Just like they update all the food pyramid and they finally figured out that, hey, we've been reading it wrong all these years and been making people fat, literally, because they had it flipped upside down. So we were eating all these carbs and no, that's not how it works. So to help connect to your intuition, I want you to repeat this affirmation. I am an intuitive person and I know what is right for me. I am an intuitive person and I know what is right for me. Drop a heart if that resonates with you guys, because it's very, very important to stand it with you first. Society, remember, man is the one who implemented this whole you're selfish if you pay attention to yourself first. And that must have came in like the 1900s or something, because if you look back in our history, the caveman days, it was one for all and all for one. I'm sorry. Brontosaurus eating your family? Not my problem. Worried about mine. And so human beings by nature are selfish, okay? We are selfish, but we can learn how to not be. And we can learn that it is community, but we have to be accepting that other people have stuff going on too. It's just about working together in a circle, but knowing who you are, and stop getting people, like, I don't know where this trend started where we're just going to start using people as our narcissism has just gotten really bad. Or maybe it hasn't just gotten really bad. Maybe it's when you are aware of something, you start waking up to the fact of how bad it's gotten. But it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Hello, Joy. How are you? So here's a message from Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Ariel. Archangel Ariel actually goes with, she's Archangel of animals too. And it's funny that she's here with Archangel Jophiel, which is the Archangel of beautiful thoughts, grace, beauty, and outdoors. They're both saying to go out and connect with nature today, because, you know, this is a time of year that you do need to be mindful that it is going to start getting cold again. We are going to go back in, and there's nothing we can do to prevent it. And every year, everybody's mad about the temperature. But we all know it's coming. We all know after fall, there's what? There's winter. And after winter, there's spring. It's a continuous cycle. Life is like that too. So be in the moment and start expanding. And that's part of showing gratitude too. Start expanding your gratefulness for having the ability to actually go observe nature. And if you've ever actually observed nature in the raw and the full, there's nothing like it. That's why I love camping. That's why I live in Colorado. Like, I'm very mindful. Where do I want to live? Because I gotta have certain elements. I really would love to live in San Diego again. That is my dream. I don't know. I lived there in 2008, and I was a salesperson, and I was actually there when the housing crisis and everything happened, and it didn't affect me because I was a salesperson. So know all the stuff that happens in the economy. If you're not invested in it, guess what? It's not going to affect you. Not going to affect you. The more you put the worry and the fear is the more that you're feeding the machine to keep you in that cycle, because your angels will bless you with miracles any point of the day, any point of the 24 hours of your day. You could have a blessing, a miracle. Are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to put faith that you are deserving of a miracle? That's where we allow, that's where our acceptance comes in. We're not allowing it to flow, and that's why we feel stuck, and that's why we're saying, well, I have to work this hard and I have to do this. Well, you have a choice to do that. And if you aren't agreeing with the statement right now, ask yourself, what is making you choose to work 20 hours of your 24 hours of a day? Because we were meant to be here to learn and explore and enjoy the mysteries and the beauty of life, not to work all day. And I don't know where the disconnect came in, but I know there's this really conditioning of hard working, and it comes from the Depression days. And a lot of the baby boomers are feeling this, especially now, because it's really hard when you get up to your 50s, 60s, even your 40s, with all these limiting beliefs. I didn't know I was going to have to sort through all my beliefs and go through the ones that I was like, well, where did I get this belief from? Well, that one was just given to me by my family member. Was this one that I created? Was this belief one that I created? Or was it one that somebody programmed into here? Start checking where your beliefs are, because remember, in the middle of belief, there's a lie. There's a lie. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you for the hearts. And I love the purple hearts, because purple hearts are domestic violence awareness for me. And I'm all about advocation for any support for survivors. I have been in domestic violence situations, and I was married to a narcissist, and I actually have a protection order permanent for the rest of my life. So I fully understand it and I get it. But I also know that the reason why I never started my journey out wanting to tackle that particular subject, I always sprinkled it in because it is a part of my story. But my advocacy for it is different, because I like to teach people a different way of dealing with it, and not such an aggressive way, because I notice we tend to tackle it very aggressively when it comes to this subject, and it is because it is a hard subject. It is hard to wrap your mind around that people could even, like, sometimes people tell me stories, and I thought I've heard some stories, and I still have to reel it in and take some breaths while they're telling me it, because it's that tragic. But I've learned how to open up a heart space and get people to laugh and cry in the middle of us talking about it, because it's all about releasing that emotion that's surrounding it. Because just because it happened to you doesn't mean that you have to be a prisoner in your mind forever. And it is possible. The angels, that's the magic and the miracles of the blessings. So if you're trying to count your miracles and your blessings, if you have the blessing of slowly those events of whatever your trauma was starting to fade away, that's your angels. I have a really my memory isn't as sharp as it was when it comes to all those events. And I'm glad I took a lot of notes, because if you take a lot of notes, because you will come back to this sometime, and it's nice to review how far you've came in the past 5 years, 2 years. It helps you put a growth schedule on it. but don't limit yourself, and know that those are miracle and blessings when you stop remembering. You can forgive the situation. You don't have to forgive the person, and you're forgiving it for yourself, not because you owe that person or they deserve any kind of forgiveness. You deserve the forgiveness. First of all, forgive yourself. And then second, that's when you work on forgiving the situation by releasing the situation out of your mind so it doesn't be put on replay every day. It is possible to move past that. There's tools, and I feel like that's how I've endured so much trauma in my life and been able to still be coherent and not be a nutbag because my angels put stuff, they shushed that, those memories, and I've actually released a lot of them. I don't carry negative memories because I'm not going to torture myself anymore. It was torture enough to go through it, so I'm not going to continue. And if you're doing that, or if you have bad self-talk, think about who taught you that one, because somebody taught you that. We were programmed this way. We were not born this way. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So definitely, and I wanna say this: I am again. I am an intuitive person, and I know what is right for me. My third eye is open and ready to see my purpose. I trust my intuition; it never fails me. My third eye is fully open, and I see clearly in all aspects of my life. And so it is. So it looks like I'm the only one here. Yeah, people have been popping in and out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Angels are getting cray-cray over here. That's all right, because I'm going to put this on my YouTube. And because I've found that's the best way it works, because there's so many people that go in and out and in and out that I just keep rolling with it. Rolling. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. So, okay, leadership. I think this message is for you, Purple Juju. Leadership. Archangel Gabriel is with you, and that's all about, that's the Archangel of communication. This Archangel is going to help you clearly speak your thoughts, because sometimes it's all good to go up here, but when we come out here, we don't know how to verbally voice it. So it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Sound off your trumpet. The angels are, and there's that sacral. Start strengthening your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is where is the seat of your emotions. So once you strengthen that, that's where you get the self-esteem, the courage of, I know I'm a badass. I know I can do this. I know I can step into the task at hand. So I feel like your life purpose is definitely, you have a cause that you're supposed to create. It's definitely some kind of like spiritual cause. So I feel like it's to help raise the vibration with your spiritual gifts. So you're definitely a healer. I definitely feel like energy healing is part of your life purpose here. And also, it's interesting enough. Yes, what's even more interesting is that you are an indigo child, and indigo children are protected by Archangel Metatron. And indigo children aren't necessarily children, because I'm 41, so I am an indigo child. The first one came out in like 1950, and I think it's Lee Carroll is the one who saw it was an aura. It was an indigo colored aura only around this specific group of kids, and they all happen to have ADHD and ADD. And so they found out. That's why I say it's a superpower. So if you're spiritual and you have ADD, ADHD, know that this is one of the qualifications of you being an indigo child. Now, if the older crowd are in the 40s, 50-year-olds are the indigo children. Now, after that, you have the crystal children. That's my daughter. She's 11 now. She's about to be 12. And the crystal children, it's like, so we're more the warriors. Indigo children are the warriors. We came to fight the wrongs, like Robin Hood, okay? Like, we came out with our sword swinging, so we're a little more aggressive, little more, like, raw. Crystal children are love and light built in them. So when they hug you, it's like you feel it in their eyes. Like they have these big, huge eyes, and they're just like, it's like a doll. And my daughter was very much like a doll. And then she had glasses, so it made it even like, she looked like a Cabbage Patch doll when she was a kid. And somehow she got blonde hair. I don't have blonde hair. My hair is like dishwater blonde. No, it's like when I was a kid, maybe when I was like 5. I've always had brown hair. So when my daughter came out with blonde hair looking like a Cabbage Patch doll, I was like, this is interesting. That's what genes do, right? So I think it came from my ex's side of the family, but definitely indigo children. Go look up information on that today, because you have a purpose. If you're always feeling like you're meddling, but you're not really meddling, you just feel like you have to go and wrong some rights for people, or you stand up. You always feel like you're the person that ends up standing up for someone or busting out a truth on somebody. You don't do falseness well, and you don't do lying very well either. That's like a super sin. But clairaudience. So I feel like Archangel Metatron, and then Archangel Zadkiel, he's like the life coach of archangels, okay? He works with the violet flame too. But they're trying to, like, I feel like you're hearing something. Clairaudience isn't necessarily hearing it's hearing with your spiritual ears, okay? Because I always try to explain, because I don't know what level people are on. And I was a medical assistant. I worked in the medical field for so many years. So I always talk on a basic level. And the more that you explain to me, or I start picking up hints that you are way past what I'm talking about, I will gradually move up levels. But I've learned, don't take offense if somebody starts at a basic level with you, because usually, and especially if they're older, it's because they have learned if you start at a basic level, then you can start up. Okay, but if you just start out at a really high level with people, guess what? People have pride. And you learn this in the medical field, if you've ever been in the medical field. If you start out at talking over people's heads and you're talking about medication, guess who's going to have a problem with that patient? Guess whose patient's going to wind up in the hospital because they took their medicine incorrectly, or they took too much of it, or they applied it incorrectly. One of my teachers in my medical assisting class told me the funniest story, that it matters how you explain stuff to people. And some people are very black and white, and you need to talk to them like a child, in not a sense of degrading, but like basic. Okay, this is what you do. A, do this step. B, do this step. Well, he gave her, I think it was an enema. I don't know what it was, but he didn't explain how to apply it, insert it, whatever he didn't do, and it got inserted in the wrong place. I'm just saying. So when he told me that, I was like, yeah. And I've always started out at a basic level, but just bear with me here, because it's a learning for everybody. But clairaudience, you have been told something. You have a reoccurring thought of like feeling like maybe you're supposed to be a healer, maybe you're supposed to go take a class, you're supposed to get with a spiritual group, go to a meetup. You're supposed to start stepping out of your comfort zone and start standing in your life purpose, which is to raise the vibration. And raising the vibration of the planet is all about going in your daily life and doing random acts of kindness, daily random acts of kindness from your heart just because. Not because you're going to get something out of it. You will get something out of it anyways, because you have to give to get. Always remember that. But it doesn't have to cost you $1 million. It doesn't have to be on social media. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. You could go and hand out sandwiches to the homeless. You could go pass out waters. Do random acts of kindness, but you are here. Your spirit helps heal people out there. So definitely follow those intuitive nudges. If you've been feeling like you're supposed to go to a certain place, angels work in mysterious ways. So if you keep feeling like you're supposed to go to Starbucks, go to the Starbucks. Go spend an hour there. Who cares? Nobody's going to know why you're there. And you know why? Because angels, always remember this. If you want to know how angels work, they work through other people, places, and situations. They push over a soul and they're like, coming in. And they, so if somebody starts acting up, and say it's a toxic relationship and angels just want it done now, they will make that person start acting up until you get to the point that you have to just cut them off, and then you don't feel bad about it. That's the angels, my friend. If you've ever been on a phone call and you're like, please, or you're like going at it with the people, the customer service people, because they just don't care and they're filing their nails, and then all of a sudden they're like transfer you, and then you get this magical person who starts pressing all the buttons for you and doing everything you wanted, and even giving you a credit. Now you don't got to pay for you got an extra month of free. That's your angels, my friend. It really works, but they work through people. So don't hold yourself back and pay attention when how you are received by people, and don't always take it personal, because it's a them problem. Hey, it's a them problem. You have to go check out. I don't know why. It's weird sometimes. I feel like I make pretty good content, but then the ones that I'm really excited about, I get the lowest views ever on them, and it makes me sad. So if you're on this live, do me a favor, go to my Terry K video that I did a duet with, and it's a them problem. And please like it. Please share it. Because it's so true, because I have to learn that. And if you're an unhealed Pisces out there, or you have been in trauma and you're coming out of narcissist abuse, no, it's a them problem. It ain't a you problem, sweetheart. They had their time with you. And when I ever started taking a moment to beat myself up about anything of taking like, this is all my fault, I was like, wait a minute. You had 10 years of my existence, of my beck and call, me to be on beck and call for you every day for 10 years. And you're still in the same spot that I met you at. You're still as emotionally unavailable as when I met you. And I have grown and you have stayed. And I want better. And you're clearly telling me this by every day you're still accusing me of doing low vibration behaviors that, first of all, I've never done before. Second of all, if I would do all these going out and hanging out on the block and partying and whatever I was getting accused of that I've not done, I would probably do it when I lived in Albuquerque when I was like 17, 18, because I was having a good time living my life. My 18th birthday, guys, it lasted for a month. Okay, I was so excited about being 18. The party lived on at my house for a month. That was epic. And you know what? I am an angel intuitive. I don't condone all that, but that was one of those little things that make it the reason why in life I have no desire, none, absolutely no desire to be a part of the low vibration life. You know why? Because I like to sit and chill. And I like to be unbothered. I like to not have people tell me, oh, did you hear about this person, that person, draw me into all this unnecessary drama. I love it. I love it that I can wake up and not have all this aggressive anger and unnecessariness. I love it. I love it. And there's no shame, by the way, of going through experiences when you go through them and then never going through them again, because that's what happened. I went 17, 18. I went through a traumatic, that's when I broke up with my boyfriend that I met at 14. So I went to go live my life up for about a year. And then I traveled on because I never had that childhood. So for a year, I lived with no regrets. No regrets. I got my tongue pierced. I had my labret pierced. I was doing mi vida loca. I didn't care. Okay, but we grow up. That was when I was 17, 18. That was 1999. This is 2022 and I am 41, and I'm not ashamed of my life, and neither should you guys be. That's why I'm telling you guys is don't be ashamed of living that. But you know what? You got to experience it to know whether or not you want to. That's why I tell people make mistakes. Try to, make them where they're easier to fix, but make mistakes. Especially if you're in your 20s, 30s, make mistakes. Because how are you going to know if you never experienced it? Then you're going to know definitely. Because there's some things in my life at this point, you can dangle stuff in front of my face all day and I'll be like, no, thank you. I have told people many times, no, thank you. And just kind of excused myself and left, because once I am aware of that, I'm good. I was actually at this dispensary party one day because it was like a customer appreciation thing, and somebody snuck in all this water, and I don't know. I don't do that. So I was trying to be helpy helperson. I started picking up all the cups because people at parties always leave all these cups. And, I didn't think about people even having the notion, because this is how naive I am. And then they were like, where is my cup at? And I'm that person. I threw it away. Yeah, I didn't tell on myself, but I was like, good job. Yeah, you definitely aren't part of low vibration behavior, because you are the person who is like the mom of the party. You're going to help clean up and fix everything when everything goes chaotic. That's the person I am. I have no desire to be in that life. So, but I also am not shameful of it, because all of my experiences made me who I am. And that's why I tell you guys stuff about my life. Because we're so worried about what other people are going to say. Yeah, I'm sure you've had your share. We've all had our share. And my share was fun. I don't regret anything. I loved my whole entire life. All the craziness, all the sadness. I love it all. Be grateful for what you have today, because that's only going to make you skyrocket and multiply that positive energy for you. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hello, 379. I hope I'm helping spread some love and light this morning. I'm about to get off of here. I want to go ahead and share this last message, and this is from Archangel Jeremiel and Archangel Azrael. Know all is well. Know that everything is happening in divine timing. Everything's happening as it should. Stand in your faith. Have mercy and compassion with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Know that if you stand in your courage, the angels are behind you every step of the way. And also, counselor. For those of you who resonate with this out here, know that either A, this is a confirmation of your profession of wanting to be a counselor, life coach, anything in that profession where you help support and open a love heart space for people. And also, it's okay, this is your confirmation if you're going to have to start counseling. And maybe you're a little worried about what people are going to think. Angels want you to know that's completely fine. And they want you to stand in your power. They want you to know that they love you. And they've got your back. They've literally got your back here. That's pretty awesome. So I hope this helped everybody have a wonderful Monday morning. I'm so blessed to have, to be able to chat with you guys and share my thoughts, share some good morning vibes. Know that, and also Angels want you to know that they're there for you to talk to any time. So if you ever need someone to talk to, you can either write to them or you can talk to them. But that's communicating with them, and they will hear you, and they will send you a message back in your five senses, one way or another. You're going to get a sign. If you ask for one, they will always answer you. So if you don't have anyone to talk to, know your angels are always listening, and they're always going to help you get you to your desired destination. But you got to have faith and put your faith in them, that know that everything is all good. Know that everything's happening as it should. And if something's not happening for you the way that you would necessarily like it, continue to do the things that you can control. Continue to focus your energy on what you can control, and know that if it's negative, the negative always falls off. What is not meant to be will always fall away, the less energy that you give it. So don't give the negative energy, and know that the angels are always here to lend a listening ear for you. But definitely listen with your spiritual ears about what your angels are telling you, because they're giving you hints. These repetitive thoughts that you're having in your mind are not coincidence, because there's no coincidences in this universe. And I feel like some of you embrace the indigo child or the crystal child. Go look that up today. Go stand in your power. Know that you have a purpose more than just working a 9-to-5 job today. So thank you so much, beautiful souls. I love you. Thank you for supporting me. And go check out my Terry K. It's a them problem. And please share it for me. I would love that. And if you're watching the replay of this, go ahead and on YouTube, go ahead and put replay. But love and light, beautiful souls. If you'd like, check out my intuitive sessions. I do private virtual intuitive sessions, links in the bio. I cover everything from grief to manifestation to toxic relationships, and we'll get you back on track, because you are not your trauma. And I love you, and you don't have to be afraid of what's ahead of you. As long as you have the angels and you're connecting with them, they'll make sure you get led down the right path. Love you guys. Have a great day.